Hi, I'm Merlin, and I'm doing a review for the Nike CTR Maestri, the original one. I've had this shoe for a really long time, and it's probably like my first really amazing shoe. So, I'm just going to talk about it for a bit. Alright, to start off with, the material on the front, it's like basically the black part. It's this revolutionary Nike upper material. It's called Kangalite. It's like, so before there was like Vapor synthetics and Adizero synthetics. Sorry, F50 synthetics, and they were okay, but they weren't that comfortable, and they were kind of hard. And then there were leathers like kangaroo leather, calf leather, and what Nike wanted to do, they wanted to make a leather-like material, but unlike leather, when it rained, it wouldn't soak up all the water, so it would be semi-waterproof, and it wouldn't feel that heavy. So they made this Kangalite, and they said it like absorbs like 20% less water or something. But bottom line, it's like the same level of comfort, or pretty much the same level. It molds a bit, like quite a bit for a synthetic, but it's also like really waterproof, and in the rain I didn't have any like issues or anything that I had with leather shoes. Okay, so that's like, so the comfort on the front is amazing, and like I could have worn these shoes in games without socks or anything. I wouldn't have had any issues, like no blisters at all. Moving on to the heel, it's just plastic basically, but it's really well padded and it's really soft. And then moving on, and then so the insole I'll take out, just like a standard Nike insole, the pour-on insert, which is basically like their plastic like shock absorption, and it's got memory foam, so like you can see like the indent in my foot. I really like this. It made my foot feel a lot better inside. So moving on, let me get the next shoe. Okay, so now I'll talk about like the various technologies or whatever. Two main things other than the Kangalite. First is these dampening pods on the forefoot. Basically, this is like the dribbling / control area of the shoe, and Nike wanted to make dampening pods so your touch was much lighter. And this is ideally for midfielders, so their touch is good, and then like it doesn't like go away from their foot when they control it. That's the idea anyway. It's kind of a pattern with what I'm saying. It's like it doesn't really do as much as you think, but it does a bit. And I would buy the shoe for this technology. Like, it doesn't do a lot of difference, but it really helps me in games. Like, it gives me just that extra like less inch of the ball going further, I guess you could say. And yeah, it made me feel more comfortable like controlling the ball and stuff. Okay, moving on to the inside. This isn't really anything, that's just like an indent. Is this thing. This is the passing pad that they made. So you've got like basically just like a plastic passing pad that's like hard rubber, hard plastic against this Kangalite, which is really soft. And then over here you've got a memory foam insert. So basically what the memory foam does is so like each time you pass, it presses in places where you pass, and then places where you're not using it, it like stays outwards. So eventually, after a lot of use, it forms into like the perfect like shape for your foot, for like passing, because it would like indent where the ball was every time you passed. And then this plastic thing was basically just to make a hard surface that would give you some grip. So when you passed, it would be like when it rained, it wouldn't get slippery, and so it would just give you some extra grip on the ball. So this thing, I thought it was better than the dampening pods, so I really liked it. But I mean, you have to be good at passing in the first place. It's not gonna make you really good at, like, it's not gonna make you like Iniesta suddenly. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Moving on to the outsole. So I liked how Nike kept the heel counter really minimalistic. Like there's like hard material on the inside. You can see like where it creases. That's like where the thing is, but then you've just got like the plastic at the bottom. So it doesn't like stick out too much, which I thought was good. It was like a sleek fit. And then the bottom, Nike made a new like stud configuration. The back was pretty much, it was the same. And then the front, what they changed, they've got the regular outside, but here they've put in like it's like, it's meant to give you more stability, so when you plant your foot, it doesn't slip, because it's meant to like grip in every direction you could possibly move, because it's a circle. And then B, it would it's meant to, when you stop the ball with your foot, gives you grip, because I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but there are these there's like textured thing, and then there's kind of like an indent there, and that was meant to help you grip the ball, especially when it's rainy and the studs get kind of slippery because they're plastic. Then this helps. This also helps. This is like another tool that helps your control become a bit better. Let's see, what else? Durability. Like, this happened to my shoe and it like completely ripped basically, and so that's why there's all this stuff. That was my attempt to glue it back together. But I mean, that's not because it's a bad shoe or it's badly made. It's just, like I said at the beginning, this was my first amazing shoe, so I basically used it until it was completely like gone. So it's like, so yeah, that's not the fault of Nike. That's just me using it like constantly for a long period of time. So, oh yeah, and also another thing, this is kind of for looks. So if you don't like shoes because of looks, then these things start to like flap up. I think it happened more on this one. Yeah, it flaps up. I mean, that's just because your foot sticks out here, so like this eventually like gradually like flaps up, but it doesn't really like affect your touch at all. It's just for looks. It looks kind of weird, but it didn't really concern me that much. And then touch wise, this is why it was my first amazing shoe, because the touch was unlike any other shoe I'd had. It was like, it felt nearly effortless to like control the ball, pass it, like short, long passes. Shots were really good. So just about everything, the CTR, it performed well in nearly every category. The only thing I would say is bad about it is maybe I prefer the vapor studs, because you feel like you're lighter on your toes, like you have better acceleration. But if you're more of a midfielder and you don't need like that extra burst of speed, and you're more content with passing and tackling and stuff, then this is definitely the shoe for you. They've made newer CTRs and they've improved the line, but like this is still going to be one of my favorites, simply because it was my first shoe. It was really good, and I have lots of good memories with it. So yeah. Oh, I forgot. This is The lacing system is on the inside. As with the Mizuno, it's like the Mizuno's on the other side because it wanted to give the laces, it wanted a bigger shooting area on the inside, whereas this wants a bigger control area, so it's going to move it into the shooting section, so you have a bigger like place where the dampening pods are. Like this area is bigger where you're going to control the ball. So that's another thing. And yeah, I mean, that's just another one of the small things that Nike did to make this shoe really good for control. And all in all, I'd say it's got one of the best touches out there.